This is a matte box and it has several uses outside of just looking really cool. A matte box is a filmmaking accessory that attaches to the end of your lens, and its primary goal is to block out excess light from hitting your lens. You know, whenever you're taking a photo or video and the sun is just hitting your lens at the right angle and either washes out all the contrast or creates these large flares. Well, in photography, you just use a lens hood to combat that, but in filmmaking, you can't really do that because more often than not, you're gonna be using some kind of filter on the end of your lens, and you can't use a filter with a lens hood. Now, when it comes to filters, the main one you're gonna be looking for is ND, which stands for neutral density. Best way to describe it is it's kind of like sunglasses for your camera. Now, most high-end cinema cameras have some kind of ND built into the camera itself, but when it comes to hybrid cameras and even cinema cameras that are targeted towards independent filmmakers, documentary work, that's not always the case. And this is why when filmmaking, you can't use a lens hood because you have to attach that filter to the front of your lens. And matte boxes fix that issue completely by allowing you to attach ND to your camera in another way. And in the case of this carbon fiber small rig matte box, you can do it multiple different ways. So the main classic and traditional way is the slide out tray filters. Basically, you would take a square ND filter or some kind of black pro mist and you'd stick it in here and then you would slide it back onto your matte box. But I personally don't own any of these drop-in filters because I've already invested heavily in circular filters. And that's where these new matte box designs really shine. They allow you to still use a circular filter with them. So in an instance with my freewell filters, I can go ahead and drop in my VND base, and then I can take my 2 to 5 stop VND filter and attach it, and I still have access to move it around. And that's also where a matte box really shines, because not only can I use my circular filters, I could then put a mist base in front of everything. So if I wanted to get something like a black pro mist or a polarizer and put it in front of my ND, I could pull out this tray, pop in that filter, close it up, and I could stack filters just like that, which is something you can't do with circular filters alone. Now, once you have everything set up, if you want to protect it all for moving to a new location or in between shoots, you can simply drop the flag and it's all protected just like that. And lastly, they do look cool, and your client will think so as well. If you show up to set with a camera that is rigged out, your client will feel much more justified in their purchase. If you want to see a full video on how I would rig this out completely, go ahead and subscribe because that video will be coming out shortly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.